and database. Okay.
Prod or test system?
Sorry?
Production or test?
Production.
Oopsie. Okay. Just put prod. It's easier. Okay, cool.
So this is the topic.
Just copy that. So Control A, and then we're going to just paste it in the summary. Control A, Control C.
Haiguang.
Yeah.
Do we have more? Do we have more description for this task, or this is enough?
I think this is a summary. So in the full description, we will put more details. So as a summary, I think this is okay.
Okay. The reporter, me?
Yeah. I don't think it'll recognize your queue number in here because you haven't been. There we go. Wow. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Right. Now, yeah, acceptance criteria. So when will you be happy that the package is deployed and the database is ready?
Haiguang, do we need the full function deployed by BMW or partly?
I think we will do the deploy by myself first. That if I have problem, need AG to help us to deploy. So what the way to?
So maybe in the description, you must say support. Because if you say deploy the OSM package, then the feature team will think they will have to do the whole deployment. Does that make sense? So if you say deploy OSM package and database, the message will come through that the Germans must do it or the South Africans must do it. But if you say support deployment of the package, then at least it's clear that they will not have to do the full deployment. They will only need to help you when you require support.
Yes.
So Sherry, maybe you could just change the description to support deployment of. Because otherwise, otherwise it's the full task.
Here.
So for me, acceptance criteria for that would be, if I can give you a hint, when will this epic be closed? When the package is deployed, without errors. When the database is up and running without errors.
Yeah. Let me check when.
Acceptance criteria.
Yeah. In the Haiguang, when we need the OSM package deployed.
I think it should
example.
I think it's August. Early August should be right. I think.
August.
Okay.
By the end of August. Okay.
You can just hit enter. You can just hit enter, Sherry. So just put that button on again and then just hit enter on your keyboard.
Enter?
Yeah.
Okay. OSM package need to be deployed. Okay. And what about database?
Yeah, same for database.
Database initialization.
And you need to be really clear. For instance, if you say that the package needs to be deployed by that date, maybe you can say there should be no errors on the package, or Milos is running or without errors, or something like that. Because if you're just saying package needs to be deployed, that's easy. You can just install it and leave it, but it's still full of errors and it's not working and it has been tested. So maybe just be really, really clear what you mean by deployed. So enter. No, just enter. Yeah, okay. So maybe you can say application package running without errors, Milos errors, or something like that.
Without error. Okay.
What about the database?
Database also running without error?
I think it should be configure initial date. I think database should configure initial date.
So date. It's okay?
I think it.
Okay. If you're happy with that, that means the guys will then go create this epic, and then once the package is installed, they'll make sure it's installed before end of August, because that's an acceptance criteria, and they will check for errors. If there are no errors, then we will have a meeting and we will close this epic. The database is up and running, and the initial data is configured, the epic can be closed. No other acceptance criteria. That's fine. So maybe, Sherry, it will be wise to have a template ready for you. You can just copy and paste every time. Otherwise, you'll have to type this thing every time.
Yes. In Lydia.
Your role is as IT project Lydia shop floor lead, leader, or IT project lead, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. I want to maybe like this.
I need your support with the deployment of the OSM application package and database setup.
Okay. Oh.
Ooh, now you cleared everything.
Really?
Yes. Reset, you've cleared everything.
Oh my god.
Maybe it's still in there. So if you start typing, hopefully Chrome saved your text.
Nothing inside. Oh my god.
Yeah, clear means clear.
Then maybe I do it by myself after meeting.
Let's see. Just give me the. I just want to check something. Let's see. Maybe it's saved it. I didn't. Yeah.
We nearly finished it.
Yeah. Support.
OSM deploying the OSM system package.
OSM application.
Yeah.
Database.
I'll just leave that default. This is just a sample, so I'm not too concerned. You know the whole drill. We said acceptance criteria was SM application. Okay. Is that okay for you, Sherry?
Yeah.
And then you have your acceptance criteria. You have your attachments, so it's clear. You can put your attachments in there, and we'll just put this there. I'm gonna just for exercise reasons just shorten it quickly as very. Just to speed up the process, ITPL. I want
Get support.
yeah, I want support
Well, get support.
for the.
Yeah.
I need support.
Yeah, I need support.
For the
OSM application.
of the OS application package and DB. So that. Why do you need this? So that UAT can start. Right.
So that develop. So that for next step of development.
And underneath this now you can put the details. So you said the BBA will take the lead, right?
Yeah.
Take the lead of setting up or of installation and will need technical support in case of
Yeah.
else would you like to say in there? What about the DB?
I think it's the same.
Also.
We don't know.
Because you cannot, you cannot set up the database, can you?
We don't know. We don't know
Oh.
if we can configure for database or not. Or for the initial setup, I need a ZA team.
I think you'll need the team to support.
Then this is totally done by ZA team.
I think so. For DB support, we need full support from maybe you can put details. So the database should be a mirror of Tishi, right?
Yeah.
Mirror. Am I right in saying that?
Maybe
or maybe you can say or see system design document. I don't know if the database tables would be specified in the system design, will it? That's a question. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Haiguang, maybe you can answer this question.
The database be a mirror of Tishi, or would the database be specified in the system design document?
Hello, Haiguang, I'm here.
Oh, sorry, I mute. I think
yes,
we need a mirror of TC.
Maybe in your system design, you also can write down this sentence.
Yes, I think or see system design. So all I want to emphasize is the more detail you put in this description, the better. That's all. So if you can think of something, just put it in here. If you have attachments, put it in there. If you have screenshots, you can simply copy and paste it in there as much detail as you can. Okay. All right. So let's move on. So let's say that's enough. Again,
do we have the rest for the image paste here,
yes.
or just the text?
No, you can paste images as well.
Can we try it?
Yes. Just do a screenshot of something. I'm not gonna.
Maybe just the sentence.
The description maybe in
Attachment.
Oh, Theo. I thought that we can I thought we can just very simply paste a screenshot in here, but it doesn't seem like it wants to accept it in the description portion.
But I think that's why the attachment is there. If you can make a screenshot as a JPEG file, you can choose.
Yeah, that's obviously also doable. I was really hoping that you can simply just paste a screenshot in here, but it doesn't.
As a picture. I think that a description only allows text.
It allows for text. Okay. Then sorry, Sherry, it doesn't allow for screenshots. You'll have to attach something. Okay. So priority is critical. And then again, the same story. Shop floor is there, that's fine. Product is assembly. Oopsie. Domain is shop floor. Product is assembly. Component is OSM. Fixed version, again, I don't have all the fixed if you want the story to be ready earlier, you need to specify that. So that epic will then be linked to this phase. So that's the important thing. But if you need it done sooner, you have to specify the date. That's why there's two different things. You don't have to describe it. You simply link it to this phase, which is important. We need to know that it belongs to phase 2. And then you specify the date you want the work to be done. So we said end of August. So in the description, you don't really have to say we want it ready by the end of August. You can just select that end date. You don't have to say it in this actual user story as well, or in the epic as well, if that makes sense. Does that answer your questions? You don't have to, like we put it in the acceptance criteria, you don't have to, you can just put it in there, you fill it in there.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions?
Sorry, I have one question. We bundled a lot of tasks in one epic, and we want to finish tasks in different due date. Just describe it in the description, or we need to create different apps.
That's a really good question. So this epic is a combination of lots of tasks, and the final date of the epic will be specified in here. So the individual tasks you cannot specify when you want them done. You can just say this work package, this group of tasks must be done by that date at the latest.
Because if we make one with maybe 2 or 3 or 4,
not putting too many small requests in, because that would just cause lots of extra admin for the guys.
okay.
So it is going to be a challenge. So if you can maybe think of combining that, and maybe if you have, let's say you have 5 requests in one, then rather give the earliest date or give a date in the middle, for instance. So you still have 5 in there, but then you say have them all ready on the same day. Bring it to the earliest date, for instance.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll have 5 really small size epics, and then it's going to cause frustration.
But if we define the due date is the earliest one, then this also may give pressure for the future team.
True.
Yeah.
We'll have to play this by ear. We have to test it. Look, it's it's new ground for all of us. So it's definitely going to be a test and a challenge for all of us. I think we need to try it firstly and get them as big as possible. So you wouldn't, for instance, have one epic, and then you would have in that same epic you would have something for the Monday, the Wednesday, and the Thursday. Then rather just say, okay, have it ready for the Monday. If the date is small, the difference is small, to say have all of it ready on the Monday. But let's say the dates are months apart, then different story. Then yes, create separate epics for them.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I got your point.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now my question is, do we want to continue this exercise, or is it clear for you guys what is expected from the product owners, and do you think this will work for us? And have you got any questions?
Sorry, I have one other question.
Sure.
Our PO from AG side, I want to know when does he will refine the Epic in the release planning meeting or refinement meeting?
No, in the refinement meeting. So I shared the one calendar with Sherry. So on product level and on domain level, they have specific days when they do their Epic refinements. So I don't know if you saw the initial presentation. So the first step is for the IT project leads like Lowell and Frank and Mike will have a first review of your request to make sure that it's valid. Then it'll be moved onto the product owner's backlog board. The product owners would then, in the refinement session, have a look at the Epic and then start refining it, giving it to the feature teams to start with the refinement process. So that would then follow the one calendar. So I think they have two refinement processes in one cycle. Same with the feature teams. The feature teams have usually have two refinement sessions in 1 2-week cycle. So the important thing is that you guys give the epics through well in advance. I mean, if you need something done in a month and you put it in as an epic, it's going to be a critical one, because a month is really short notice for everybody. Because this needs to filter through all the way down to the feature team and reach the feature team in the form of a user story. And then they have to refine that on feature team level and put it in their backlog and start working on it. So it's really crucial that you remember that there's definitely a lead time on these epics. Okay. So do you want to do one more exercise, or are you happy with the process? Sherry, what do you feel? You want to try one more, or are you happy? Is it clear for you? Sherry? Sherry? Okay, I think Sherry has a problem with its sound.
Okay, sure.
We can't hear you, Sherry.
Hello, can you hear me?
Now there we go, you're back. Hi, we can hear you. So my question, I don't know if you got my question, Sherry. Do you want to carry on and try another exercise, or are you happy?
I don't think we need one more time. Just
Okay.
I think for everybody in the meeting can think about if the process is clear, that the process can cover all of our situations. Just ask everybody to think about this.
Yes.
From my side, I have one question. Shaw, can you go back to our Epic request page?
Sure.
Mm.
Yep. There we go. This one, Sherry.
Hello. Yeah. Wait a moment.
Okay.
Hello, I have a question. Just because I see when we review the Epic, I see there's only one target and time. So like this type of support Epic, how do I know the specific time of the operation? The AD will connect us or meeting? Or
I don't quite get your question. So in this target end date, you say that is when this epic needs to be completed. So then the feature team would then take, or the feature team and the product owners would take your request and they would refine it and say, okay, for us to be able to install the OSF package, what do we need to do? Okay, we need to do this, we need to do that. If we need more meetings with the technical guys in China, they'll set it up. So So they'll definitely make contact with you and align with you.
Okay.
So your request is to finish it at that day. So they know that they have to have it ready by then.
Okay.
Hello, I
And Sherry
remember.
will be able to track the progress of it. So now.
Hello, I remember my question now.
Okay.
My question was, can we have a description about for each epic? For example, the high one, how long leading time we need for a request?
Sherry, we haven't done this before, so this is really new for all of us. I think after the first or the second epic, we'll be able to see the process. So once an epic is actually in, we will follow it, see how long it takes to go through the whole process. Because remember, this is not an existing process. This is something we created. I can only show you the one calendar and show you when the product owners will do the refinements. I can show you the feature teams when they will do the refinements, but I cannot tell you exactly. Yes, if you put in an epic today, it'll take exactly 6 weeks before you get your stuff. I don't know, because it hasn't been done before. So we need to test this. We need to actually, when we go live, we'll put in an epic and then we can follow everybody together, follow the process of this epic and see how long it takes. Because there will definitely be challenges. There will be communication issues. There will be questions. There will be translation issues. So we need to, I don't know, we need to follow this process and try. I can't guarantee you this is how long it'll take, because each product, remember, we're working with, I think, 7 or 8 different product owners. So it's going to be challenging, and you have really busy products like assembly is really, really busy, and then you have a quiet product like, for instance, reporting, for argument's sakes, or where there's not so many requests coming in. So I can definitely see, I can see some challenges, but I can't guarantee you a time frame.
Then we make this open topic later. After the training, we will have some summary for this.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. So what we can also do, obviously Theo will give you some additional training. Right, Theo? You still have some training sessions with our Chinese colleagues?
Yes, so we're going to schedule another training session with business as well.
Okay.
To show them the whole process. So
With
we will
business?
just with business as well. So
Okay. But they won't be creating epics, right?
no, but they need to know the process.
Okay.
From our BBA business?
Isn't that what we said? We want to show them the process as well.
Are you asking me?
Yes, Sean. Because we've got a one acceptance criteria on one of my stories that said we need another. So you don't need it. Okay, but then we'll just have another session. Maybe I can add the guys later on. That would be for every. We said we're going to add Sherry and then the deputies. Maybe we can decide that, add them, and then they can be in the meeting, and then we can do the training with them as well. So that if Sherry's not there, maybe they can create the epic on her behalf.
We can have as many training sessions as you want, Sherry. So if you guys are unsure, all you have to do is just pick up the phone or Skype and call me or Theo. We will help you. Even with your refinement sessions, Sherry, if you start eventually, so once we go live and you have your first refinement session where you will create epics for the actual products, you can invite us. We will definitely be there to support you. So even if we have to work China time, don't worry about that. We will make that happen. So especially when you do your first refinement session, we would definitely be able to support you. So I don't know if everybody has seen this presentation on the screen. This is the actual demand call of process. Have all of you seen this in this meeting?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, this is now what is being approved by the product owners, and they're really happy with this process. So unfortunately, we can't tell you how long this will take. From you creating the request until it's reached the feature team and it's being done. That's the idea. So if there are no further questions, then we can close the session.
I have another question here.
Sure.
My question is, do we have a chance to contact with each product owner according to this process? Or we only can contact the IT integrator like LOL?
Yes, I think so. I think if that's the whole purpose of us creating this, because can you imagine you have to speak to each product owner for each request? That is exactly what we're trying to avoid. So if you, for instance, need something from OSM and you call Thomas Tichy or you send him a mail to say, I want this or I need this, it's going to be really, really frustrating. So your requests need to be visible. It needs to be created officially on this using this process. Sure, you can make contact with them, but no requests should be done outside of this model.
So if we, according to this process, that means our, our BBA feature team colleague will be very seldom to contact with BMW feature team colleague. And then from our side, we don't know which colleague is doing the support or doing the task for us. Then if there need some, for example, the workshop for BP review or for some alignment, how can we get the contact with each other?
For the day-to-day working, the feature team members and your specialist, Sherry, they will be in contact as part of the normal working. If it is something, a special requirement, like to arrange a workshop, this is something that we do through the normal project management meetings that we have with Andy and the work package leads. We would arrange this through the integrators. This is just to keep everything organized. They don't have too many side channels of communications with product owners. As you've seen, some of your colleagues have tried to contact product owners and wait for weeks for a response. They cannot respond to all the side requests. So this system that Sean and his colleagues have developed here is perfect for managing these requests, and you should always have visibility in Jira of the progress of the work.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I only can the progress, but I don't know which team or which person is supporting for us currently. So or from my side, I only can see the result or the status. Then if we need to do some communication during the sprint, then like Lo said, you will arrange for this?
Yeah,
if I understood correct.
Yeah, for significant arrangements, again, like a workshop, yes, we will arrange that. For the visibility of work, perhaps there's some other views we can give you on who's doing work and who's leaving comments. But
sure.
At a high level, it should be that the work package leads can see the progress of the requests, and then when Andy asks you, hey Sherry, how is the shop floor stuff going, you can produce a quick view for him, and vice versa. So
yeah, what we can try and do, so the problem is that you will not have visibility of the individual user stories, because the user stories live on each feature team level on the German side, so you won't have visibility of those. Yeah. But what we can do for you is, once the epic has been refined, we can maybe, and help me if I'm wrong here, but we can at a certain stage give you a report to show you that epic.
Sean, you mean the status of the epics? How many stories has been?
We obviously haven't had full exposure to the whole agile working model, so the feature team members should not be.
Sean, you are breaking.
Hello, I cannot hear you.
Sean is breaking up a lot.
Hello?
Yes, you're back, Sean.
There might be an audio problem.
I think so. But I think what Sean was mentioning is in regards to the epic, underneath the epic, if once the refinement is done, the user stories would be linked to that epic. We can maybe after the refinement take a screenshot of that and send, well, this is the user stories, and then maybe once a week or so, just send an update and say, well, these are the stories that has been completed. These ones are still open, and then maybe we can just share the progress like that in regards to the stories. But that's from our side, from SA. I don't know if the German side would do the same. We have to speak to all the Agile masters because they will have the Epic in their own Kanban board.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure we can come up with something that works.
A solution, yes.
Yeah, but yes, like you said, if for all of the request list in the only law or from my side to arrange all the meeting, I'm not sure if this is can work very well. Or we should have.
We don't mean day-to-day meetings that you need with certain colleagues. That's down to the specialists working with other specialists. I'm only talking about larger meetings, like a workshop or like a training session or like review of.
Yeah. But for example, we have we already have a look for our exercise. In this exercise, we have a scenario for OSM. For example, we need some part of support for the application installation. Then I think for this case, our BBA OSM owner need to get close communication with BMW colleague which is supporting us because they need some very detailed communication. Then for this situation or for this for this kind of case, how can they get connect with each other?
For this type of work, I would expect some direct communication. This happens for all of the.
Yeah. So they need to know who is supporting for whom.
In regard to that, if the Epic, let's say, were to land on our boards, we would, if something is unclear, so we would start refining it, and if we see, well, we do not know what is happening in this Epic, we would go to the reporter. So that's the person that created the Epic. We would contact them and say, listen, we are unclear about this. We will get them in, and then with that Epic, we'll do a refinement alongside them to get more information from them. And then we will as well, if the work enters the review stage, we would set up the meeting and to showcase what has been done. So that would be probably the Agile masters on feature team level. So if they move that into review column, maybe we can do an in-sprint review as well. We will contact the project leads and maybe the PDOs from Germany and saying, well, this is done, and then we'll have a short meeting just to say, yes, it's done, no, it's not done. If not, we will go back to refinement and add more topics, and if it's done, we will close it.
Hi guys, sorry I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Sean.
No, the VPN is really unstable because the whole country is working from home, so I apologize. So I don't know what I missed, but what I wanted to say was, and Theo, I'm guessing that you took over and said that we can give you a report in the form of a PDF or a spreadsheet or something to say this is the progress, this is the Epic, these are the user stories linked to it, and those are the assignees. But really important thing is we cannot allow everybody to contact the assignees directly. So the assignees or the featured team members are actually need to focus on getting the work done. So the contact person you should not contact the featured team member directly. It doesn't work like that. You need to contact the Agile master or the product owner. So we want to protect the featured team members because if they are contacted every second, moment by all the customers, they won't be able to do their work. So they need to focus on getting their stuff done. If you need anything or any feedback, the Agile Master is the right guy. Is that okay for you? Is that clear for you?
Yes, it's clear for me. Then I need to know who is the Agile Master later.
Sure, you will.
Okay. And also another question is when we do the demand request, how can we know which feature team or is from BMW AG or from BMW ZA will support us?
Why would you
point it?
Why do you want to know that though? Because you won't be able to contact the feature team members directly. Your contact will be the Agile Master or the
It's okay. We just can write the BMW support is okay. Yeah.
I don't think it's healthy to contact the feature team members, but we'll iron it out, Sherry. So we'll let you know who the feature team Agile Masters are, and then you can make contact with them if you need any feedback on your epic. So we'll find a way. For now, I don't want to promote you contacting the guys directly. So we will give you a list of all the Agile Masters on feature team level, and those will be your contacts.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Thanks.
Okay. Anything else from you guys? Okay. If there's nothing else, then we can adjourn this meeting. And thanks for the exercise. I hope it was valuable for all of you. And like I say, we can definitely have another session like this. If you want to invite us to your actual refinement session, please do that. Especially when we are live, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we will support you creating your first epic. We'll be honored doing the first one with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for your time, Lowell, especially you. Thanks for your contributions. Have a